you had to make sure that your bow in your hair was bigger than Texas. Like, I literally was like the Mr. Rogers of Farmville, because I was just constantly sending people messages whenever they would add me back. And I'd just be like, hey, like, do you play Farmville? Do you want to be my neighbor? Hey y'all, it's Hannah, and welcome back to my channel, or hi, hello if you're new here. If you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you all about some products and some things that we were all obsessed with in the early 2010s, just mostly just in the 2010s. I didn't really come up with like a physical list, so I'm just going to kind of be naming awesome things that I've been thinking about all day long to mention in this video. But this video really kind of isn't going to be strictly makeup related. There is a couple of makeup products in this video that we were all kind of, I feel like, obsessed with in the 2010s, but it's mostly just going to be a bunch of just random things. So if you like a good nostalgia moment, then this video is definitely for you. So let's go ahead and get right on into this video. Alright, so the very first product that we're going to talk about in this video, and the biggest thing that I can remember myself included, like being hardcore into, was Silly Bandz. Now, I actually don't have my Silly Bandz here to show y'all because I think I either threw them away. I'm pretty sure I probably threw them away, or I just gave them away. I don't really know what happened with mine, but I literally had a ginormous box of Silly Bandz. Like, I was constantly trading out with people. I loved them. I had so many that, like, I literally was like double fisting Silly Bandz. Like, both of my wrists were just covered in Silly Bandz. Like, I was hardcore into the Silly Bandz trend. I just remember, like, anywhere that you could go, you could pretty much buy Silly Bandz. Like, it was just insane, and it was just something that everybody got into. And if you don't know what Silly Bandz were, they pretty much were pretty stupid, because they basically were just these little rubber bands that were in the shape of like really weird objects. You could buy some that were in the shape of Disney characters, Star Wars characters. You could buy some that looked like celebrities, like the silhouettes of celebrities. That was kind of strange. You could buy like instrument ones. You could buy like music ones. It was just insane. Like, just literally just go Google it. Like, anything that could be turned into a Silly Band literally was turned into a Silly Band. And when I was actually doing research for this video, I actually found out that Silly Bandz actually were not all that safe for you, because wearing all of those Silly Bandz, eventually it would get tight. And I do remember at one point, like, I just had to stop wearing all of my Silly Bandz at once, because it was just getting to a point where, like, my arms were going numb. And it turns out a lot of people was actually having to go to the hospital and stuff because they were actually losing circulation in their arms because they were wearing like so many tight rubber bands around their wrists. These bands were also causing people to have like rings around their wrist area if they got into water, or if they wore them in their sleep, because apparently the dye from the band, it would like transfer onto the skin. Yeah, it was just crazy. Like, schools were banning them because kids were like using them. I actually remember my school actually banned them because kids were like using them and like flying them across the room to like teachers and stuff. So yeah, the Silly Band trend, it was pretty big. I think everybody and their grandmama pretty much was into the Silly Band trend. I know that I was, and I remember my favorite Silly Band that I had was the penguin. It was just so adorable. Let me know down in the comments below, what was your Silly Band and what was your favorite kind of Silly Bands to collect, because I'm really curious and I really want to know. So this next item is actually what inspired me to do this whole entire video, because I was actually cleaning out my room after Christmas and I found these stuffed away in a drawer. I didn't throw them away yet because I was like, you know what, I want to do a video about everything that we were obsessed with in the 2010s, and I was definitely into a hair chalk. I feel like hair chalk had kind of a biggish moment in the 2010s. It kind of died off quickly, and what started this for me was I actually told my mom I wanted to go get a blue streak in my hair. I actually still really want to put blue in my hair, but that's not the point of this video. And I just remember finding hair chalk. I think I picked this up. I don't remember where I picked this up, but I just remember finding hair chalk, and it kind of dawned on me, like, hey, I could try this out and see if I really want to put blue in my hair. So that's what led to like my hair chalk obsession. I feel like I probably had more colors to this because it was really cool to me that you could put like all these crazy colors in your hair and then wash it out. So of course I had midnight blue, which was just a really pretty blue, and then I also had violet sky. I actually don't remember ever wearing this one in my hair. I feel like this one probably was left here by a friend. I remember I always wore midnight blue in my hair. It was just my go-to. It was my everything. I loved it. And I really don't know if hair chalk is still even a thing or if they even still make hair chalk. But like I said, I was obsessed with it. I really liked it. I liked the idea that you could put all these crazy fun colors in your hair without possibly damaging your hair or ruining your hair, or better yet, having to be permanently committed to that colorful hair. Alright, something else that I was obsessed with in the 2010s, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of you have probably picked up here on my channel a little bit because of my What I Got for Christmas video, and because of my Barkov documentary, that I'm actually a huge gamer girl. I don't know why, I've just always been really into like video games and stuff, and in the 2010s, I only joined Facebook. This is literally the only reason why I signed up and joined Facebook, was just to play the games. Do y'all remember like the Facebook games on there, like Farmville? I remember Lucky Slots. There was like a couple more that like I can't really remember. And I'm definitely not going to try to describe them because you probably would think I was insane. But I literally just signed up for Facebook just so I could play the games. Like, I was not ashamed or embarrassed to admit that at all. Like, I only wanted to join Facebook just so I could play Farmville. I was one of those annoying people that you would add on your Facebook page, and I would actually constantly send you messages and would be like, hey, you want to be my neighbor? Like, I literally was like the Mr. Rogers of Farmville because I was just constantly sending people messages whenever they would add me back. And I would just be like, hey, like, do you play Farmville? Do you want to be my neighbor? Because I remember you would get like more points or something like that if you had like more people come and be neighbors like on your like lot or whatever. Yeah, like, I was pretty weird back in the 2010s. I'm not even gonna lie. Come on, this just would not be a Beauty by Hannah 215 video if we did not have a makeup product included in this video. And I think that everybody can agree that we were all obsessed with the original Urban Decay Naked palette in the 2010s. Now, I was very, very late to this trend. It took me a while to get this palette, but I eventually did, and I am just obsessed with it. I still use mine on a regular basis. I know it doesn't look all that beat up, but I do take really good care of my palettes, and I do clean up my palettes quite often. So I can guarantee you that this thing is pretty used on a regular basis, even though it doesn't look like it. I just take the time to clean it. But anyway, I just remember this palette being all over social media, especially here on YouTube. It seemed like every big beauty guru had this palette, was always using this palette in tutorials, and I just watched those videos for years and years and years, and I was just like, that is like the one high-end product that I really, really want and really, really need. And now I'm pretty blessed to have all of these other like high-end palettes. And it's really funny because, you know, if this was launched today, a lot of people really wouldn't be talking about it all that often. Because, I mean, if you look at it, it's a pretty standard, basic, neutral palette. And compared to what everything else or every other brand comes out with today, this really would not sell all that great today. So it's really cool for me to have this palette in my collection and to look at it and think like, man, like this palette like broke records in the 2010s, and everybody was just going gaga over neutrals, and now I feel like everybody really wants a lot of colorful palettes. I know I do. So I don't know. I just love this palette. I was obsessed with it. And let me know down in the comments as well if you were too. My very last nostalgic thing to talk about in this video is Tumblr girls. Who remembers Tumblr girls? I really wanted to be a Tumblr girl myself. I'm going to have some pictures over here on the corner of the screen of my days where I tried to be a Tumblr girl and I failed pretty miserably. But anyway, Tumblr girls stemmed from the website Tumblr. Not gonna lie, I don't really know that much about Tumblr. I never joined Tumblr. That just that just was not for me. I don't know why. It just wasn't for me. It just wasn't something that I wanted to join. But how I found out about Tumblr Girls was through Meredith Foster, which used to be Still a Baby 09 here on YouTube, and Bethany Moda. I just remember both of those gals were like the ultimate Tumblr girls, and I really wanted to be them. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I so badly really wanted to dress like them. I was just so infatuated. I was just like, this style and this aesthetic is just so pretty and just so me. And it really was. And it still kind of is, because it was really, really girly. I mean, you had to wear big bows in your hair. You had to wear dresses or skirts, and like, it took a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun to do. Like, I just enjoyed being a Tumblr girl, or trying to be a Tumblr girl, even though I failed pretty hard. But anyway, I just remember, though, it did kind of take a lot of work, because you did kind of like have to take a lot into your outfits. You had to make sure that your makeup was on point. You had to make sure that your bow in your hair was bigger than Texas. So, you know, yeah, but it kind of was worth it a little bit, though, because at least I have those photos to look back on and really, really laugh at. So, yeah, I kind of think it's interesting that we kind of started off the decade with Tumblr Girls, and then we ended the decade with Visco Girls, which are clearly two different aesthetics. I mean, one's very girly and feminine, and the other one is just very beachy and laid back, which I'm not going to lie, I kind of like both of those aesthetics. I fit in with both of those. But anyway, that is it for this video today. I really hope that you all did enjoy it, and give it a big thumbs up down below if you did. And if you are new here, please click that subscribe button down below. Come and be a part of my unicorns, because I post and upload new videos every Thursdays and Saturdays at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. And I would absolutely love to have you come on here and be a part of my unicorns. So with that being said, I'm just going to sign off on this video here. Thank you all so much for watching this, and I will see you all in Thursday's video. Bye, my little unicorns.